Hello everyone, my name is Vila, and today I will show you how the reactor really works in the background. So I will start the debug from this example. In this example, we have the component called the app, and in the app component we have a div tag which has a class name of the container, and it has a descendant of the page tag, and the page tag has the value of the count, and the count has initial value of the zeros, and the entry functions is from here, the index.js, because we use the React 18, and we start from the React DOM.createRoot functions, and we start the rendering from the render method of the prototype in the React DOM. So now start the debug, and we start the debug from the Chrome browsers, and I will show you the what was happening on the in the memory on the right side. So I will turn the development tool on and start from the source tab, which contains the code that we want to see. So F5 and reload the page. Okay, because we have to call this function firstly, so I will reload it again. So here we comes with the create root, and we pass the document.getElement by ID. This must be a DOM element. So in the create root functions, what will happening is here, and we call the create root functions. In the create root functions, we have something to do with what? With create container functions, and the container is a DOM element that we just passed from the entry. Yes, just passed from the entry. So the container, yes, this is a DOM, absolutely a DOM element. It looks like this one. Container, we just print out it's just a div tag with the ID properties of the value of the root string. And so we just go next step. Okay. I have missed a very important thing, so I have to reload the page again to show you what is happening here. In the create container, we just step into it, and we can see that the create FiberNode functions has been called, will be called, and we use the new method to create a new instance of the type of the FiberNode node. And what is in the FiberNode node? It looks like this. This is the writing style in the ES5. In ES6 we use the classes, but it doesn't matter. This is also means the construction functions of a class. So we just knew a FiberNode node. It has many properties. I think the most important properties is the current properties, which is a pointer. It will be pointed to its descendant. And we knew the FiberNode node, and we return it as a root. Now we have generated a FiberNode node instance in the memories, and next step we have to create something else. Next step into the create host root fiber functions. Okay, Okay, create fiber. What is in the create fiber? Okay, like the step before, we have to do another instance of the FiberNode type. Let me have a look at the construction functions of the type of the FiberNode. It has many properties. It has the tag, key, element type, state node, return children, sibling. This is all about the pointer, because the FiberNode is the most atomic element in the reactor virtual DOM. So it must have some pointer to connect with each other. For example, the return pointer will be pointed to its father FiberNode, and the child pointer will be pointed to its descendant FiberNode, and the sibling will be pointed to its brothers, and something like the update queue will be used to do some update operation in the commit stage, which has some operations to call the API of the DOM, like the document.getElement by ID. No, not the document.getElement by ID, but like this, something like that. So, and the alternate is also this will be used to connect with the the image of the FiberNode. So this is all about the construction functions. We have a look at it and then go outside, and it will be returned. And now we can see that a new FiberNode will be created, and the root is here, the fiber root node. This current properties will be pointed to this one, and the uninitialized fiber, which is the green one, is state node properties will be pointed to the fiber root node now. So some initial state will be created and be put into the memorized properties of this green FiberNode, and something to do with the update queue. And we just go back, return. Okay, the create root has been finished, and we have to go to the next functions, which is about the react.render. So the render functions will be called with the properties about this app. You can see that this is very well, because this is the JSX element, and in React it will be compiled by the React runtime after the React 8, after the React 17, and before the React 17, this will be compiled by the Babel tool. This is the Babel, and it will be compiled to these functions, and these functions is defined in the React packages. And in the React packages, we can see that React packages, the create element is a functions, and it receives some parameters like the type and the children. And in this way, we can see that it just received the first parameters with the value of the app, and the second parameter with the value of the loop. So this type is app, and the configure is loop, and it will return the React element, and the React element will return this element to the end. So the element has a dot type of, which is a symbol, is a React element, and some type. The type is the app, I think. The key and the ref is now not, it hasn't been put it with any other value, so it must be the null. So if we go into the render functions, we will see that the app JSX will be compiled into the React element object. So let me see what's happening in the render. Okay, we missed that. So how can we go to the render functions? Yes, we missed that. Okay, I don't know how to go to the okay, here it is. We have go to the render functions. Yes, this is a render function is defined into the React DOM root. In the last step, we can see that when we go to the call stack, I want to go to the call stack. The call stack, the breakpoint, call stack. Where's call stack? Oh, sorry, my screen is very small. So the root, you can see that the root. Oh, where's the root? Oh, root is here. It's a type of the instance of the. It's an instance of the type of the React DOM root. So, like what we have see here, it is defined in the prototype of the React DOM root. Yes, this is also the writing style in the ES5. So in the ES6, we have to define the render in the class of the React DOM root, but it doesn't matter, it's the same. So we go to the next step. And we go to the next step. Go to the next step. We call the function of the update container on schedule fiber. I think it's very important. I don't know, I forgot that. Let me have a look at what will happen in the on schedule root. Inject hook. Okay, it has something to do with the hook, but this is what we want to talk about today. And yes, we get the current, the container, the current. It's a FiberNode. I think the FiberNode has been pointed here. I think the fiber has been pointed to the green one, and we get the information about the context. Okay. Sorry, I missed something, but it's on the right way because we go to the performance concurrent work on root. Yes, it's on the way. And performance concurrent work on the root, we get the current event time. It is some flash effects. This has been something to do with a use effect or hook, but we don't have to talk about it right now. Okay, we go to the next step, which is called the render root sync. Yes, render root sync. I may miss some important step, but I can show you the call stacks here now. And because we started from the work loop and call the performance concurrent work on root, and I call the render root sync, and here it is. We go to the next step. Okay, here, this is very important. The prepare fresh stack. In the prepare fresh stack, we just do something like create another FiberNode and put it on the right side, and the right side of the new created FiberNode will be pointed to the green one. So let me see. Okay, here we created a work in progress, and we pass the first parameters of the current root the current is this green one, and the current the alternator is, it must be null because in the right side we have nothing, so we have to step into the first if statement. Here we created the fiber, and based on the green FiberNode tag and the pending properties and the key of the green FiberNode and the mode of the FiberNode, and we new FiberNode instance, and we put some properties into the work in progress. Now I think in the right side the work in progress has been created on the right side, and here is the most important, the left side and the right side will be connected with each other on their own alternate properties. So the main step in this stage has been finished, and we just step to the next step. Go on, go on, go on, go on, go on, go on, go on. And return the right size green FiberNode and define it as a global variable, which is called the work in progress. Okay. So we go to the work look sync, and we have a while statement, because from now on we have to DFS from the top to the bottom to create a FiberNode tree. So we have to in the React they use the while statement instead of the recursive call stack. They use the while statement to do the DFS. So let me step into it. The unit of work is this green one, and the current is the left side. So next step is the begin work. Okay, left side, work in progress is on the right side. If current is not null, the current is not null, so it will step into this first if statement. And I think this function has been the result about this result is false, I think. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Yes, it's false because I think it has something changed. It is false. So, oh no, I think this all properties and the new properties must be the false. So this one is false and this one is false. So it will not step into this statement. It will step into this statement. And in this statement, you can see that it has schedule update or context. The value of this is also a boolean. It's true. So it will also step into the appropriate branches. Okay, we'll call the update host root. The update host root, we push host root context. We have nothing to do with the context, we just ignore it. Ignite process update queue. I don't know whether this is important or not, so I just have a look at it. It seems that it has something to do with the update queue. Okay, we have to put the update queue with the value of the clone. What's in the clone? It's okay. And process update queue. I think it is also doesn't matter on the first mount stage. Okay, it has something to do with the pending queue, but we just go on. Oh, the volume is very big. I can't catch up with the source code right now, but I think this can be ignored. So I just step out. Yes, in the process of the reading of the source code, if we can understand something, we just ignore it. That's very important, I think. Okay, we get the next children. What's the next children? The next children is a React animator type and with the type of the apps. Okay, we have to some, but until now we have something. We have nothing to do with the real source code with the sample now, but we have from now on we have something to do with the app functions. Okay, reconcile children. It will create the children of the green one. And current, I think the work in progress is new. Current is not new. I think the current is this one. So reconcile children fiber. Okay. Reconcile single element. Okay. Create fiber from the element. What's element? I think element is an app. Yes, it's app. It will create the React element. It will create the fiber node from the React element. This is very important. The React element is a material for creating the React fiber node, and the React fiber node is the atomic element about the React virtual DOM in the memory. So create fiber from type and properties. This is the process of creating the fiber node from the React element. Okay, we stop holder relating. It has nothing to do with this one. Create fiber. The second parameters is the pending properties, and this must be the okay. It's a empty object. The fiber tag is 2. I don't know what's that. Okay, it's just create an empty fiber node, and it has been put it with the value of the type with the length. Return fiber, return the fiber. Okay, the fiber has been returned and be put it to the variable of the created for. We can see that the created for has element type of the app and has empty pending properties. Okay. The next step is to call the place single children. Place single children, we have to the placement is a constant variable, and it will tell the commit state that this fiber node has something to do with the placement. The placement means we have to put something into the DOM directly. Okay, return. I think now the memory is like this one. The fiber node has its own children, which is the app fiber node now, and I think it has been they are pointed with each other. Return next. Okay. I think now the work in progress will be pointed to the green one. Yes. It's like this one. The work in progress has been placed from here to here. Go to the next step. Next step. Begin work. Begin work is the process of creating the descendant FiberNode of this work in progress FiberNode. So the current, I think the current is here is now new, right? The unit of work is the right size FiberNode. Okay, the current is new, so go to the else statement. Okay, and we start, because this is a function, right? This FiberNode is pointed to the app functions. The app function is a special FiberNode. The function must be run. The function must be executed to get the new element. So, but now in the first stage of the mount, we don't know what about the functions, so we call the mount and terminate component. Yes, the current I think is a new, and the work in progress is this one, and the component I think is a function, right? Yes, it's app functions. We go prepare to read context. Nothing to do with what we want to show. Okay, here render with hooks. What's happening in the render with hooks? Render with hooks. What's happening in the render with hooks? Okay, here the component will be run with the two parameters. Okay, here we comes with app functions, which we defined it in our sample code. It's the same, right? The same. When we just have a look at the VS Code, right? It's the same. Yes, React knows what we are writing, and it will run these functions. Here, the hook will be run and get the latest count values, and this value will be put in here, and we will also generate a new arrow functions and put to the online click properties of the div tag, and this will also be compiled by the React runtime, and we just show you how it will be run with the tool of the Beaver. It will also be compiled to the create element. The create element will be run with the first parameters of the div and the second properties of the object of the pending properties. I think the properties of the class manager and the properties of the onClick. And in the React create element functions, it will return this one, the React element, and this one will be returned, right? The type of the type is, what's the type? The type is the div, right? Type is a div. Yes, the type is the div, and the properties is the object that we see right now. These properties, these properties. So it will be returned to the children variables, and we have a look at the children. Yes, it's a React element. It has a properties. In the properties, we have two properties: the children, the class name, and it has a type of the div. That's what we want. This is a new materials for creating new children's for this FiberNode. Sorry. And we go to the next step, 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 next. Okay, it's a great mess. I can't understand all of the things. Return the children and put it on the value variables, and what we are going is to create the descendant FiberNode, right? Of course it is. A little exhausted, I think, but that's a word of the source code. Okay, reconcile children. Now, from now on, we will create the new children for this FiberNode with a value of the React element, the new material. So let's go on. And I think the current is null, so it will go to the first statement, mount children fibers. Yes, mount children fibers. Okay, mount children fiber has been directed here. Is the reconcile children fibers. Step, step, step. Okay, reconcile single children. The children, I think we don't have the children right now, so we ignore that. And our element type is a div, is not about the fragment type, so we go to the else statement. And yes, we created the new FiberNode, which is the new descendant of this FiberNode from the new material. So what we got is create for. It's FiberNode has element type of the div. Yes, has a pending properties, which is from the React element, and it will. Okay, now I think now the memory is like this one. Oh, it's a mess. Memory is like this one, I think. Memory is like, no, it's memory, I think it's like this one. Sorry, it's a great mess. Okay, the memory is like this one. We create a new FiberNode, and the FiberNode's return properties will be pointed to its ancestors, and on the outside it will have nothing to do with the flag, and in outside, because we call this one the work in progress, is still be pointed to the ancestor, and the ancestor's child properties will be pointed here. So after this, we got these images in the FiberNode, and we go back, and we go back, and we get the new next is be pointed here. We have the next, so we put the work in progress to the next. So yes, the work in progress will be pointed to the next, which is the div container, and we DFS to the deeper children to try to create the children of this work in progress. Begin work, current, I think current Yes, current is newer, right? On the left side we got nothing. And we update host component. Yes, this is a host component. And we have to update it to get the new children, new descendant. Yes, next children is a page. This next children is the rect element, which is generated when we run the app functions. It has been passed one by one to its descendant. This is a very great design, I think. This is not a direct text children, so we just go to the else statement, and we go directly outside of this if statement, and we just try to call the reconcile children, and the current has nothing, so we go to the first statement. We mount children fibers, and we call the place single children. Yes, place single children. And yes, we create element from the, or create a fiber node from the element. Like the step before, we just create a new fiber node. No, this one. Just create a new fiber node here, and put its return properties to its ancestor. And the ancestor, okay, well, let me see what happened with its flag. It has nothing to do with the flag. And the ancestor will put its children properties to the new created descendant fiber node. Okay, in this round we have finished the war main jobs, and we go to the next step, and the next is be pointed here, so it has something to do. So we have to, in the next step, we have to put the work in progress point to the green one. Yes, here. The work in progress has been placed from here to here. It goes further. It goes with the rule of the DFS. Then we go to the next step. Next step called the begin work. Current, we have nothing with the current on the left side, so it will go to the else statement. Update host component. Try to update its component to find its descendant fiber node. Okay, the next children. Yes, the next children is also generated from the running of the app functions. So the next children, we know that the next children must be a p tag, right? Next children is 0. Oh, it's weird. What's wrong? Work in progress. Okay, we must step some steps, because after we generated the div fiber node, it will continue to generate the pay tags fiber node, and now actually we are on these steps. Yes, we are on this step. So the process of generating the pay tags fiber node is almost the same with the process of generating the div containers fiber nodes. So I will ignore the debug steps and go directly to this one. Now we are at the step of the P subcontainer FiberNode. So it will try to build its children, but it finds that the children is just a pure text, because the next children is 0, and if we see the judgment about the pure text, we can see that if the children is a type of the string, or the children is a type of the number, it will judge the children as a pure text. So now the children is next children is 0, is a type of the number, so it must be true. So it means the next children is nothing, and we still wanted to run the reconcile children, although the next children is null. And we can see that the left side has nothing, and we will go to the first statement, first branch of the if statement, and reconcile children fiber. Okay. It has nothing to do because the children is a null. Okay. And the next is null. So what we have to see is it must go to the first branch of this if statement and call the complete unit of work. So let me have a summary. And from now on, we just built the FiberNode tree from top to the bottom. This is a very interesting design. We build it from here to here, to here, and to here, and here. And we can see that the tree is growing from steps to step, from top to bottom, from one FiberNode to its descendant FiberNode. And what we have to see that the React will also backtracking from bottom to the top, and this is occurred in the complete unit of work. So let me have a look at the complete unit of work. What will happen in the complete unit of work? Complete unit of work. Complete unit of work. Complete unit of work. Okay, this one will be called complete work. Current is nothing. Complete work is this one. Work in progress. The pay tax FiberNode. It must be the pay tax FiberNode. Complete unit of work. Yes, it's a pay tax FiberNode. And we step into that. Host component. Yes, it's a host component. Okay. It has nothing. It has no current, so it must go to the else branch. And okay, it will create an instance. So the new properties of this p tax FiberNode is this one. It will create an instance. Instance must be the DOM instance, which will be used to update the DOM element. So here it is, create element. So this element is not the React element, it's a DOM element. Yes, it's a DOM element. It's not a script. It's not a string. It has something else. So it's a type of the div. It's the type of the P. So create an element of the P DOM element. Let me have a look at what's the DOM element. Okay, you can see that it's a DOM element with just a P tag, has nothing, and we have to put the 0 and the class into this P DOM element. Okay, just return it with empty P DOM element, and I think this is very important. Update fiber properties. What happened is the fiber? Oh, it has nothing to do. So the DOM element will be returned, and the instance will be generated, and the instance is just an empty P tag. So this DOM is just generated in the memory. It doesn't be placed into the DOM. So until now, we can't see anything happen in the DOM. Append or children's. What's append or children's? Nothing has been done here. Work in progress state node. Okay, the FiberNode has many properties, and one property is called the state node. In the normal FiberNode, like the ptext FiberNode, the statement will be stored with the value of the DOM element, so like this one. And finalize initial children. Set initial properties. Okay. Oh, what's that? Set initial DOM properties. This is very important. I think DOM element is the P, and the properties. The properties contains the information that we want to put into the DOM element. So we go into it. Okay. Oh, that's a big of mess. I can't understand all of that. We'll just ignore that. So I think something has been put into the DOM element right now, because the DOM element is the object. When it is modified inside the function, the outside will also be modified, because they share the same instance share the same memory address in the memory. So we can see that the 0 has been put in the empty P tag, and now the P tag has the children of the 0. Oh, okay. Now we have what? Then we have the C of the result of the complete. Oh, it's nothing. So let me have a look at the completed work. Souce. Completed work. Next, there's nothing. So let me have a completed work. What has been modified in the completed work? It is a FiberNode as we have expected, and it has a element of the P and memorize the properties, pending properties, return statement, state node. Okay, it's a state node. Complete dot state node. Okay, it's a P tag, right? It's a P tag. Because this is what I write before, so in this case it has nothing to do with the class. So I just the P tag is like this one. Try to find the sibling, but it doesn't have the sibling, so we put the completed work pointer to this further. The completed work to is further. Yes, completed work has been placed from the bottom to the top, to its father, to its ancestor, and we loop again And in this loop, we'll deal something with its father, which is a div containers FiberNode. Okay, complete work. Complete work. Complete work. Okay, instance. So instance will be created. I think this instance is a div instance. Instance. Yes, it's empty div. Append all children. I think this means okay. Because the work in progress is a div is this one. It has children, so it step into the branch of the while statement and append initial children. I think node state is a data node. A node state is this one, right? Is this one, because node is this one. Is the children of this work in progress. Is the children of the work in progress. Append initial children. I think this is the API of the DOM. The parent instance is a div, right? Append the children. The children is a p. Let me look from here. Yes, append the p tag to the parent instance, which is a div tag. Both of this is neither React element or React FiberNode. It's the pure DOM element. Okay, we just append the initial children. Yes, the parent. Now we see the parent dot state node. Oh, it's anything. Sorry, this is not a FiberNode as I said before. Okay, this is. Sorry, this one. We go steps to the next. Because we don't have the cyberlink, we return it. Okay, now we can see that an instance has been fulfilled with the p tag, but it doesn't matter with the real DOM because we don't step into the commit stage. It's just a running stage. All of that will be calculated and stored in the FiberNode, and to put it into the DOM, it will occur. This will occur in the next stage, which is called the commit stage. Now it's a rendering stage, and we put the state node with the instance right now. Yes, it's like that. And we just return back. Okay, completed work will be pointed to the ancestor of this div container. It will be pointed here, I think. Yes. And I think we have nothing to do with the apps FiberNode on the backtracking of the DFS. Yes, complete work. Bubble properties, the step. Okay, finish, and complete work will continue to be replaced to the apps FiberNode's ancestor that we put in here. Complete work. current. Okay. Return rule. Next. Yes, the completed work. The return fiber is what? Let me have a look at that. Return fiber is null, right? The completed work will be set with a value of the null. So this while statement will be breakout. So we go outside, finish the work loop sync, break this do while statement, and go to the next step. We okay. this is what I don't know. I just ignore it. Okay, here it is. We will call the finish concurrent render because the render stage is finishing, and we have to step into the commit stage. Commit root. Now, for now, we will go to the commit root, right? Commit root, and the first parameter is the root, the FiberNode node. FiberNode node, I think it is this one. Go into it. Okay, it seems like we will have to do some recursive from the top to the bottom again. Okay, something to do with the priority. We have nothing to do it right now. Commit root implementations functions will be called. And first of all, I'll do something to flash the passive effects, something to do with the user effect hooks. And next we go to merge some lane, mark root finish. Okay, what's that? What's that? I don't know. I just want to see that this will be called. This function commit mutation effects will to do the work to put the state node in the FiberNode into the DOM, into the browser. So let me step into this function directly. And before that, I want to put another breakpoint here because this is very important after the commit mutation effects. And where's my call stack? Okay, this is my call stack. Okay, commit mutation effects on fiber. Recursively traverse mutation effects. Okay, this has something to do with the deletions because we just in the mount stage and we just have nothing to delete, so this must be jumped out. And parent fiber, root parent fiber. The parent fiber is what? Let me have a look at parent fiber. Parent fiber is a FiberNode. Okay, parent fiber is this one. It's a normal FiberNode, and the root is the only root, the king, the queen. Something to do with the parent fiber's children. I think this is a parent fiber's children. Children is not null, so set current fiber to the children. Set current fiber Okay, current is a global variables. Now it's now be directed to this one. Children sibling. Yes, this has no sibling, so it must be a null, right? Jumped out. Set current fiber. Oh, sorry, I missed that. So the zero has already been put here, so I have to remove all these and run and load the page again. Okay, this one. Recursive traverse mutation effects. Deletions, nothing to do with the deletions. Commute mutation effects on fiber. Okay. Finished work is this FiberNode. Recursive traverse mutation effects. Yes. Nothing to do with the deletions, and go to the children. Okay, it will not step into the children, right? Okay. Commit reconcile children effects. Now we are still at this FiberNode. Yes, we have the flag with the placement. So we commit placement. Commit placement. Host portal. Parent. What is parent? I think parent is a DOM, right? Yes, it's a DOM. It's a div with the ID of the root. Show you. Oh. What's wrong? Oh, it's a parent. And yes, this one. It is in our sample code. This is just this one, right? This one. Document.get element by ID, and in our entry indexed.html, we will see that it has a div with the ID of the value of the root. It will be something to do with this DOM element. There we go. Insert or append placement node into container. Insert or append placement node into container. Append children to container. Now something good things will happen, I think. Oh, here we go. We got it. We got it. Yes, we got it. The parent node is this, and the children is this. So we will append this to the parent, the queen. So if I step to the next step, here it is. In the browser, we can see that the array has been put here, and that we go to the next step. We are still in the commit mutation effects functions, so we have to try to jump out of the functions. Because it is called recursively, so we have to jump out step by step. Okay, here it is. Where we are. we are in the commit mutation on fiber. Okay, finished work. What is finished work? Okay, FiberNode. Okay, here. This is where we're here now. Okay. We jumped out of the commit mutation effects, which is running recursively, and we do something reset after commit, and here it is. The root is the cream, the top, the most top FiberNode, and currently the current properties of the FiberNode node is pointed to the left side of the FiberNode. Now we have to correct it. We have to point the current of the root to the right side, because the right side is the latest fiber tree that we have built right now. So we do this. So after the reset of the current pointer, now the memory image is like this. The right side, we got the latest fiber tree, and the fiber tree has something to do with some information which is connected to the DOM element. I think the p tags FiberNode has a statement node, and the statement node has stored the information about the p tags real DOM information. This is not the copy of the real DOM information. This is just the same things. Yes, they share the same memory address, and the state node of this div container FiberNode has also stored the information about this DOM element, and this is also not this copy of this DOM element. They are the same things, and they just use the pointer to connect with each other. So if you get an image like this, you get the image of what the reactor really does in the background. In the memory, the reactor maintain a FiberNode tree like this, and in every FiberNode it has something to do with the feature, especially in the FiberNode for the normal DOM tags. They use the statement properties to store the real DOM's element, and we just if we have something to do to update, we just update the FiberNode tree and get something to do with the state node. And if we just modify the state node on the FiberNode tree, this will also be updated, be modified really. So this is the main stage about the React. So it's a long time, but I think if you just draw the pictures like me, you will have a good understanding of what the React really do in the background. So thank you for your watching. This is exhausted, but it deserves. Thank you.